Hello and welcome to Immaculate Flame Tarot. I'm going to be doing a reading today for people that are going through Dark Night of the Soul. And if we are all not familiar with what Dark Night of the Soul is, it's a period of spiritual transformation, but it is exactly what it sounds like. Of the soul. I'm going to just look it up real quick for you guys just to get a brief description. Otherwise, I could go into my own personal, and that would take forever. So, it's like known as a spiritual depression. It's the term Dark Night of the Soul in Roman Catholic spirituality, I guess, describes a spiritual crisis in the journey towards union with God. While this spiritual crisis is usually temporary, it may endure for a long time. And what happens usually is it's a stage in a personal development when a person undergoes a difficult and significant transition to a deeper perception of life and their place in it. In other words, the Dark Night of the Soul is the obscuration of the true self. So, anyways, we're going to be digging into that because I feel like there's people in this energy right now that need help and guidance. So here I am. Not saving the world, but saving some, at least. I'm going to burn a little bit more sage just to get the party started here. So I'm hoping to wrap this up after about 45 minutes. We maybe get done earlier though. Alright. Spirit, please come into this reading. Ancestors, angels, guardian angels, spirit guides, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, ancestors, please come into this reading and help those that are in the Dark Night of the Soul journey right now. I know there's people out there that need help and that need guidance. Please let me be the vessel you use to give them their guidance and spiritual hope that they need so desperately at this point in time. Please protect us from any negative energies, negative entities, or attachments. Please bless this reading and bring it for everybody's highest good. Amen. So we're going to start off with, I made these cards just the other night because I looked through all my decks and I was like, there's no decks that I can use that besides the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, which I used to have but I don't anymore. There's no like decks that I have that would portray just how portray just how Dark Night of the Soul journey is and like none of my cards are as dark as it. Let's just put it that way. So I did get out some personal journey, like spiritual transformation cards, though, to pull on after we get to these. But I'm not even sure exactly how many are in this deck. I never counted, but I made them, and I blessed them, and I put my Moldavite on it, along with my Malachite, heart chakra type stuff. And then I also put selenite on top of it, and then I blessed it with sage. So let's just get a reading here for those that are in this spiritual darkness right now. Spirit, please give me some cards that are going to help me help the people that are in this Dark Night of the Soul energy right now. What is the overall energy? What are they struggling with the most, Spirit? What are they struggling with the most? These are jumpy cards. I usually have problems with index cards, but not today. Ooh, these are good ones. Okay. 1, 2. So I think I'm going to pull 7 of them just to get an overall energy of what's going on here. Okay. Oops. I got a little bent. Spirit, please give me some more cards on the energy right now of people in this energy. Oh my god, these are like jumping all over. Okay, that one. Two more cards, please. Okay, guess not. So we're actually going to do 9. Bottom of the deck is spiritual gifts. The first card out is get your body moving. So some of us may be in stagnant energy where we are falling into a deep depression, obviously a spiritual depression we're going through right now, which could take some time to get out of. But a lot of us may be just like, oversleeping, or perhaps just having stagnant energy where we're not exercising and not getting our daily dose of fresh air. The second card out is pray. The third card out is, although you may feel cursed, you are actually blessed. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. The fourth card out is soul retrieval. Fifth card is, do not be afraid, you have a divine purpose and connection. Stick with it. Sixth card is guardian angels. Seventh card is disconnection. Eighth is never felt so alone. Ninth card is, what am I supposed to do? So right now, basically, we're in this energy where we feel like this dark night of the soul energy has gone on for probably quite some time. We've probably lost like a part of our soul due to the trauma of going through this deep, dark depression. And we actually feel like we're cursed, like we're never going to get out of this. Like somebody did dark magic on us, or like, basically we've been hexed, and all these things just keep going downhill for us. And we're basically just like never going to see the light of day. A lot of us are living in fear. But you need to remember that this is all for a divine purpose, and you have a purpose here in this life, and you need to stick with it. Right now, there are guardian angels watching over your life. And I feel like a lot of us are like disconnected from friends, family, and those that care about us. And we might be avoiding phone calls, we might not be answering the phone. Because we've never felt so alone in our life. And that's crazy, isn't it? It's kind of like an oxymoron. We feel so alone, but yet we're not going to answer the phone. Yeah. But sometimes it just hurts to like answer the phone when people actually care. Like you're hurting so bad that it's just like you don't want to even know that anybody cares, right? So the next thing is, what am I supposed to do? Well, like one of the cards said, you're supposed to stick with it. Also, you're supposed to pray during this time. Ask God for guidance and ask your guardian angels to protect you from any toxic energy and any evil. Let's see what I did when I went through my deep dark night of the soul journey. You can have like several of them, and they can come up and pop up at different times in your life, but mine happened in 2016 where I actually just like stopped seeing my kids, and I like dove really deep into drugs, and I had a lot of guilt and shame because of the fact that I wasn't seeing my kids, not being a mom. I didn't answer any of my friends or family's phone calls. I would say I was coming and I wouldn't show up. And I just basically isolated in some creep's basement, and then he had like put stuff on my phone, so I like wasn't getting voicemails. So basically like I got pushed to a point where I like really thought it was a good idea to just jump off a bridge and let go. And I think that was like December 16th, 2016. And I called one of my friends and I made a deal like, oh, if this person doesn't show up, then I'm for sure going to go to Wabasha Bridge and jump off. Well, my friend actually showed up, and he never shows up for like anybody, right? Shout out to Charlie Badness for doing that for me. And also my best friend, Scotty G, and his mom were there for me. And Scotty G's mom actually called 911, and then like they pinged my phone when I turned it back on that morning. But like that's how like serious this dark night of the soul is, and some people don't make it out of it, and they instead will go and commit suicide because of like just the never ending like darkness in it. But I can promise you, if you make it through and you push through and you don't give up and you find the strength within you to keep moving forward and to just not accept the pain, but just like become neutral with it and know that it's there for a reason, and that it's basically cleansing out your entire life of toxic foundations and toxic energies. So I did see one of the cards in there is let go of toxic people. So perhaps you are still tied to people that are toxic for you, that just keep you in this energy, and you want to stick around people that are actually going to build you up and lift you out of it and help you move through it, rather than keep you stuck and going through these same cycles over and over again, and basically just watching you like fall off a cliff instead of like running to grab you and pull you up. So that's those cards. So we're gonna also start to pull. Let's do a soul card. These are my soul cards, and they don't have any like descriptions in them, but they have just pictures, and then I'm going to intuitively read what the pictures mean. So bottom of the deck is this card, and I'm going to keep it. We're going to keep that card. So Spirit, please give me a couple cards to show the energy of where these people are right now in this collective. Okay. Oh, God. See, these things like to jump all over the place whenever I shuffle. It's just kind of crazy. I wish I could shuffle really fast, though, because that would be fun. One of my favorite readers shuffles really fast, and I wish I could be like her, but... Okay. Oh, God. Okay, let's just get 3 more cards. 3 more cards that describe this dark night of the soul energy. Where are they right now in their personal transformation? Spirit, please give me 2 more cards, and then I'll pull the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, you're almost to the end of this journey. It must be going on for a very long time, though. Maybe a year or 2. Okay. And then bottom of the deck is this one. Ancestors, guardian angels. Okay. So this right now could be your energy. You could be feeling like just in a deep, dark black hole. Like you have no way out. Like I always see these like this as deep depression and grief, guilt, shame. All the toxic like energies are basically like engulfing you, and you don't see your way out. Now like you don't see behind you is actually the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you would just free yourself from this mist, because that's what it is. It's just basically a mist. It's like a fog. You can see your way. If you go towards the light, you're going to find your way out of there. And this I see as inner child. So maybe right now we're working on like inner child like wounds and traumas. We're trying to work past like, abuse that has happened to us in the past. And basically perhaps you have issues also with your mother that you're trying to work through, or maybe you've lost your mother and you're grieving her death at this moment in time. But I see this as like inner childhood wounds that you're basically trying to free yourself from, because over here is still that like black mist. And I feel like you're just reaching for the light right now and trying to find your way out of like this darkness. The next card is this, and I don't know, for some reason I see this as like the Phoenix card. I don't know why, but just that's intuitively what I see is like the Phoenix. This would be like the bird like coming out of the ashes, and like I feel like basically you're rising from the ashes, and perhaps there's people in your life that don't want to see you succeed, and you're at this turning point right now where you have to make the decision to rise above what everybody else thinks and do what is best for you, to find the courage and strength within you to keep moving forward. This one is kind of a tough card because I have no idea what this could mean like right now. I don't know if it means anything to you like upon first seeing it, but I kind of feel like that's somebody like basically like painting. There's like different colors underneath like their palms of their hands. And like finger painting, kind of like where you like are basically making your like own destiny, though. Like you're putting your mark on the world right now, and everybody would love to see you fail, it looks like. I don't know, but you're like painting your own ending basically, instead of other people like having telling you what your ending is going to be. You're going to be the artist in your own life. It's like an artist picture. Somebody painting their own sunset. Maybe you've been looking at the sunset, like wondering what your purpose is here on this earth. Perhaps crying during sunsets or sunrises. And then this one I see as like ancestral wisdom or guardian angels. Music too, like something about music that like connects you to your higher power. Sorry, I should probably show you guys this card. Have you guys ever seen the movie Kubo? That little Chinese kid that plays the guitar, and like it basically like his guitar makes magic, and he's from like the Chinese descent, and like it calls upon his like ancestors and stuff like that, and he's able to break ancestral like bondage basically through his own magic. I feel like perhaps some of you have like spiritual gifts in regards to music, and it's a way of connecting with your higher power. Also, it has to do with ancestral like bondage that needs to be broken. So those are the soul cards that I pulled. If any of you would like to see any of them, like, or go into deeper detail about like what they all mean, or we could like go over them, just message me and I'll be happy to do that. So next we're going to go with the crystal angels, and let's see what crystals we can get ourselves to help us through this journey. Whoa. Azurite, deep emotional healing. So your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy towards the therapeutic care. So maybe some of us are considering going to treatment, getting mental health help, going into therapy, or some of us already have started that journey to our personal growth and self-help. Okay. Ametrine is balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. So that would basically be like the yin and yang. Like we need to balance our energies out. Like perhaps your masculine side is dominating you too much and you need to make way for your feminine, because everybody has like both masculine and feminine energies in their energy. And in their biological makeup. So citrine is unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. Let's get two more crystal angel cards, please. Okay, that one flew out again. Lapis lazuli, that's one of my favorites. Life-changing epiphany or experience, so that would be the dark night of the soul journey. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. I love lapis lazuli, and I have no idea where my lapis lazuli is, but it should be like somewhere around here, but obviously it's not. Let's get one more card for dark night of the soul energy. What other crystal can we use to help transform our spiritual energies? One more card, please. Larimar, sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. So we need to remember to be compassionate with ourselves and forgiving of ourselves and our past choices, because up until this point maybe you didn't even know that you were on a dark night of the soul journey. And it's basically where everything is like crumbling apart and nothing is going right, and you're losing stuff, losing money, losing jobs, losing relationships, letting go of toxic people, drug addictions, alcoholism, perhaps even a little bit of sex, who knows, everything is just completely up in chaos and you have no idea why you're going through this. It's a time of where you have extremely sensitive emotions, so you have to be compassionate with yourself. This is a life-changing epiphany and experience. You are going through deep emotional healing amidst the darkness. And I feel like you're worried about past choices that you've made and whether or not, like, you know, they're even forgivable at this point. Perhaps like you haven't been seeing your children, perhaps you lost custody of your children, perhaps, you know, you've been using drugs and diving into that and not paying attention to your children or being there for, you know, family members or something. And the dove is always there and the rainbow is there to remind us that, you know, there is light after, you know, a dark storm. So, and there is forgiveness and compassion at the end of the tunnel. And then I also see in this lapis lazuli is the sword, and I feel like that's the sword of truth right now, and any foundations that are based on a lie are crumbling down right now in your energy. So we got that, and then I think I'm just going to keep these like laid out because I like to like look and see what's going on, like, and if any cards match up. Let's use the Numinous Oracle. That's what it's called, right? Numinous Astro deck, sorry. Okay, what issues are we dealing with right now? What issues are we dealing with right now? What wounds do we need to heal? What issues specifically do we need to look at? Let's get a couple more, please. Well, that's way too many. All right. Okay. 2 more, please. Oh, 2 just fell out. Nice. Okay. So the issues that we're working on right now, it looks like it says Taurus, earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, deliberate. Okay, I'm actually going to go like this because we need reversed energies too, and I didn't do that. And sometimes when people don't shuffle their cards like that and only get upright, it's like basically a fairy tale and you're not really digging deep into what the real issues are. So we're just gonna shuffle them a couple times, and if we get the same cards, then that's the cards that we're meant to get. But okay, so for Dark Night of the Soul Journey, what cards? And for Dark Night of the Soul Energy, 2 more, please. One more. Oh, God. You see all those just pop out? All right. So we got Pisces, the mystic. We got Mercury, communications. So we definitely are not communicating. North Node, Destiny, 11th house, the Edge in reverse, and semi-sextile, allowing. And the bottom of the deck is Gemini. So we're going to look at Pisces, the mystic, and that's in reverse. But upright, it's imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, enigmatic, spiritual, emotional, escapist, impractical, oceanic, self-pitying, and illogical. So I feel like reversed, perhaps we're in, like this one card said, disconnect. Like we're not connecting with, you know, like our spiritual side, like at all. And we're not connecting with our emotions at this time. And perhaps we are in a self-pitying type of emotion right now at this time. So I'm just going to look at this deck, or this card really quick and see if there's something that sticks out. So Pisces, the mystic. It says that the gemstone is moonstone, city is Atlantis, tarot card is the moon. It says basically the urge can be to escape into the ethers, slithering out of pain's reach to the place where the angels sing. But when it clings to the cloying comfort of victimhood, Pisces forgets the peace is forever to be found coiled deep within the folds of forgiveness. Pisces reclaims its power in each and every act of surrender to its inner muse. Our imagination is our magic. This supernatural siren reminds us each passing moment an enchanting incitement to make our life our art. Where there is suffering, Pisces tends to our wounds, and with a balm of unicorn tears and iridescent deep sea algae, eternally inviting us home to the place where whence we came. When you pull this card, you are being beckoned into the deep end of your own ocean, toward the medicine of retreat, silence, and stillness. Where could you allow rather than effort right now? What needs to be felt rather than figured out? We often feel like we need to get over past pain or move on, but Pisces energy teaches us to move with and alongside all of our emotions without judging or assessing their significance or worthiness. Melt, dissolve, drift away into dreamland. The Pisces card wants you to reconnect to your magic by checking out to check in. Wander under blankets of stars or at the base of a mountain where you can feel like a tiny speck amidst a dazzling whole. So basically that's telling us to get in touch with our emotions and let us feel our emotions. A lot of us like to avoid them and to numb them all out, whereas Pisces energy is telling us that we need to let it flow. Mercury, communication, reversed but upright, is words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, vision, perception, curiosity, narrative, muse, wonder. And I feel like since it's reversed, we are not communicating. There is a lack of communication with people that we love at this point in time. Let's see, the sun, it says, the moon, Mercury, the sign can be Gemini and Virgo. The tarot card is the Magician, and it says that Mercury's Quicksilver Chameleon moves also remind us that a simple shift in perspective can reveal a different landscape in every moment, and that we're always free to change our mind. Know your truths, whispers mutable Mercury, but also allow yourself to collide curiously with the world, becoming a creative channel who shapeshifts to meet what rises to meet you. This is the essence of alchemy. So basically, Mercury wants us to find our own particular song and to sing it out loud and proud in whatever style we choose, and to be proud of like who we are, and to communicate who we are through our words and actions. North Node, destiny. At this point in time, you going through this dark night of the soul is part of your destiny. It's the words on the card are soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, fruition, North Star, process, development, practice, path, beacon, blossoming, becoming, integrity, and journey. So basically this is your journey right now. And I feel like you're going through a type of soul school that perhaps you didn't understand at one point, and I actually urge you to just like look up Dark Night of the Soul and read all about it. Read everything you can about it to understand where you're going right now and what this journey is all about. It's not just some depression that you're never going to find your way out of. This is actually like a soul lesson. And then the 11th house, the edge, was in reverse, but upright, it's friendship, group creativity, community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, rebellion, experimentation in the future. So I feel like right now we're avoiding friendship, we're avoiding being in large groups, obviously because of the coronavirus, but isolation and stuff like that. But, you know, if it weren't for this coronavirus, we'd still be avoiding group get-togethers. We wouldn't be out in the community, you know, getting together, finding out about humanity. We don't have hope at this point in time. We don't know where our soul tribe is. We don't feel like going to festivals. And we're basically going through just a transition where we feel like hopelessly and utterly alone. So this card, I feel like, is urging you to reach out to friends and to also rediscover like what your common goals are, you know, and just maybe work on one goal at a time. Come to the edge, basically, it's telling you to do. Semi-sextile, allowing, is encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, gives hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycles, growth, realizes, and rewards. So right now, if we allow all these things to just flow through us and to go through this process, in the end, we will turn out to be the beautiful Gemini butterfly. And that is curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, variety-seeking, social, collaborative, brilliant, perceptive, connected, vocal, adaptive, street-smart, mobile, studious, superficial, restless, fidgety. That's just some negative aspects of the Gemini, but I feel like we're going through this transformation right now, where we are becoming a beautiful butterfly, as gay as that might seem. We are going through a process, so like where we are coming out of this cocoon, I feel like, and we're almost to the end of like this soul journey right now. Like I feel like a lot of you have been stuck in this this type of energy for quite some time, and you're just starting to see the end of the darkness. So it says, this card is like a double espresso, here to energize your mind. Could it be the answer you've been seeking is actually right in front of you? Gemini is inviting you to train your gaze on the details of your immediate surroundings, looking for clues to light the fuses on your next adventure. It's time to get curiouser and curiouser. What internet rabbit hole are you ready to tumble down? Which workshop or new course of study has been calling your name? When Gemini shows up for you, make a date with a friend and share everything that's swirling for you. So free your mind and the rest will most definitely follow. It's all about communication, translation, and adaptation. Rising to meet the current emotional moment like a mood ring. So it reminds us that every object and person we love in the world is a part of us too. So that is from the Numinous Astro deck. Thank you, Spirit. Now we're going to go on to this, one of my favorite decks is the Wisdom Well. And we're just going to get some Carl Jung type of psychology cards here real quick. We'll see where we're at with these cards. This was my very first Oracle deck ever. When I was 18, I actually got introduced to this deck. Isn't it trippy, dude? What is that? Is that a house or a lion? I don't even know. So, basically, Spirit, please give us some cards that are going to help us understand where we're at this point in our energy and what cards we can use to move forward. So current energy and then how to get out of it. Current energy is this. Ooh. I used to pull this card all the time when I was 18. It's kind of freaky, isn't it? Oh my god. Okay. Current energy, we're going to get one more card. And then how to get out of it. Current energy. Told you something about toxic relationships, dude. Toxic friendships. That's a straight up wolf in sheep's clothing, it looks like. Now we got a couple more. Yep, inner child, like I said. Okay. So, how to get out of it. How to move forward. What are some energies we can use to move forward, please? Spirit, please give us 3 cards. Okay. 2 more cards, please. Was this reversed or was it not? I don't know. Okay, there's too many, so we're just going to do one more card on how to move forward. One more card on how to move forward. One more card. One more card, Spirit, please. It's being difficult. It doesn't want to come out. Why? One more card. Maybe I should just shuffle differently. Oh my god. All right. We're gonna go with this. That one. Okay, so from the Wisdom Well, we got the creepy card. Oh my god. Toxic energies for sure. 31, the wolf man, nature, instinct, guesswork, physical needs, the animal ancestor separated from consciousness who normally remains in the shadow, lack of restraint, animal nature, older primitive responses, ancient sub-physical senses. The wolf man is the instinctive, intuitive archetype. The card suggests hunches and intuitive responses, acuteness of sensing and knowing, and the ability to draw correct conclusion. It indicates a feel for things. The card can reflect good verbal, written, or musical communication. The issues to be examined under this card include taking risks and chances, gambling, or making judgments based on experience or whim without knowing the facts. Your inner self may already know which way the wind blows and what is likely to happen. You can rely on your own perceptions now, but be warned that there's nothing permanent about this card. And the beast within may be coming out for lunch. Oh God. It's the negative side of this card refers to aggression, fear, and other uncontrolled instinctive reactions. The beast within may be coming out for lunch. My instincts sleep like the guard dog at my door. My watchdog, my guide dog, my wolf and friend, well chained. He wakes only when I need him. So maybe we're around people right now that are actually bringing out our primitive side. Maybe they're into some shady behavior, lying, deception, betraying. Maybe we're in a relationship where there's cheating and our gut instincts knows that there are lies going on. And that's our current energy. My instincts sleep like the guard dog at my door, my watchdog, my guide dog, my wolf and friend. Yeah, some of us are in like some really negative energy, I feel like, and around some shady people and toxic energy. This is the inner child card. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, if I remember correctly from when I was age 18. The child within, yay, I was right, yay, child within, yay, see that girl, yay. The moth must fly to the moon. My wings have grown beyond the cradle of the chrysalis. Yes, another butterfly type of expression. Behaving immaturely, hurt, greed, seed of possibility, innocent self, naivety, defenselessness, initiation, rebirth, cocoon, that which can grow, or the child frozen in time who never will, freedom from material cares, and play. The child within represents those parts of the psyche that were left behind as you matured. Innocence, naivety, childishness, and all the aspects of you that have not fully grown up. When you throw a tantrum like a 2-year-old, your inner child is misbehaving. When you are hurt by something that a wiser person could have avoided, your inner child is weeping. The child within is not ignorant, over-emotional, or uncontrolled, but an unruly spirit, inexperienced and unknowing, the part of your core that cannot react in an adult way. The child within is a younger you, but also you at the stage you are now, because this part of you has not evolved. Your task is to help your inner child grow. Drawing this card usually signals immature and painful behavior. Depending on the situation, there is also a need to look afresh through newborn eyes. The card is about the wisdom of fools, innocence, core suffering, trust, being childlike. The appearance of this card suggests there is potential for inner growth or the need to leave childish ways behind. So, like I said, inner childhood wounds. And then we got Dark Prince reversed. So this indicates a shadow animus. See card 9. Shadow animus is masculine and feminine qualities, okay? You have to balance them out. Something is off with the anima and animus. The female qualities in a man and, the manly qualities in a female. So male qualities could be competitiveness, ambition, leadership, action. Female qualities, creativity, sensitivity, gentleness, devotion. It's a struggle towards psychosexual wholeness that first begins when we identify with one of the two genders. Reverse meanings, a destructive man. A woman believes only she can change. She can only do so if she first works on her own shadow. In a male reading, the reverse card means a problematic relationship that brings out the worst parts of his character. So, that's basically what it is. And upright, I would read it upright, but it's reverse. So we're going to stick with the reverse meaning and not go into any other detail. So, basically you're involved with either A, destructive man, or B, a woman that brings out the worst parts of your character. Like I said, a toxic relationship. And what is the way forward out of this? Number 14, you see a little mermaid there doing, right? Little mermaid. The mirror woman. So, illusion, distortion, imitation, the search for one's true being, an unrecognizable aspect of the self, evil twin, through the looking glass projection, displacement of emotion from yourself onto something else. Whatever you project onto another person is the mirror image of what you deny in yourself. The mirror of the mind is a distorting one, which is why your portrait is unrecognizable to you. Is the girl really hideous, or do you criticize her to reassure yourself? Is it your own fragile, fading looks that unnerve you, and the fact that you feel you cannot succeed without them? Those who passionately despise the thief profess their honesty, but part of them would like something for nothing. Those who hate an explosive temper do not want to emulate the raging fool, but what they really detest is their own impotent anger. The outer world reflects the inner world. The things that provoke your hatred of others are the very aspects you have repressed most in yourself. Whatever you encounter in someone else is exactly what you should examine psychologically in yourself. Self-deception is the enslaver of souls. This card tells you to look in the mirror. When you meet the mirror woman, what you see may be beautiful or ugly, but essentially it will be you. So it says, his face is my face, his fault is my fault. Until I look in the glass and see no reflection, I cannot see reality. Okay? I'm going to put this all together after we read this. So the shadow is the next card. Creepy. Not really, though. Shadow is nightmare, subconscious, repression, restraint, obsession, an emotive situation, usually unpleasant. Demons of the mind, phobias. Opposites, light and dark, friend and foe. The collective shadow that holds common fears of war, disaster, murder. At birth, consciousness is the part of the mind that surfaces into the world. Everything that is left behind in the unknown is subconscious, the shadow. This is your evil twin, comprising everything that you have repressed as life has gradually civilized you. Primitive fear and hate, savagery, impulse in the dark unknown. Each person's shadow is unique because we all repress different things. The card forewarns of a loss of control, an unpleasant situation, or a nasty encounter where the shadow will intrude. This confrontation should lead you to look within at your own dark side. When you understand the root of what was so difficult in this situation, your own shadow will begin to integrate with your soul, and you will grow. Until you do this, however, you will continue to encounter your shadow through daunting situations or the dark, unpleasant side of other people. I fear not what the dark conceals. With each confrontation, it is diminished, and I am strengthened. And then the fifth card is the Mother Moon Goddess. Collective, unconscious, intuitive knowledge from the spirit, passive creativity, spirit of womanhood, memory, bonds with the past, family tree, womb, pregnancy, self-nurturing, potential, plans that will grow to fruition. The image of the mother imprints itself on the developing psyche. This card means nurturing and security, giving the soul what it needs to grow. It is about domesticity and family roots, the influence of a good, supportive female in your life, the feminine principle. The card shows that a project, relationship, or situation has solid foundations, that there is a secure, caring environment. It indicates situations and people that are familiar, encouraging, and wholesome, your spiritual home and family, which are not necessarily your childhood home or biological family. This card can also mean a career and the protection of an experienced woman or the influence of a wise one. It may point to the future birth of a new aspect of your life. It can also reflect your own mother nature qualities, whether you are planting a garden, guiding less experienced workers, or becoming a parent. This card advises you to be the mother figure that you would like to have had yourself. In this way, you will extract what is psychologically good from your background and leave behind what is damaging. The process is healing. So right now, I feel like whatever toxic relationship that we are in that is bringing up our primitive nature of aggression, toxic behaviors, it will destroy us. It's going to destroy us because it is wounding the child within, very much so. And I feel like our inner child is crying in a corner at this point in time because of this toxic relationship. So what you need to do at this point in time is look in the mirror. What aspects of this relationship is on you? And what aspects of this relationship are bringing out your dark side qualities, your shadow side, animus? And how do you work on those behaviors and free yourself from this relationship, this toxic relationship? You need to obviously face yourself, let go of this toxic person, face yourself, look in the mirror, look at your dark shadow qualities, work on them every single day, confront yourself every single day. Be around people that nurture your soul and nurture your inner child. Perhaps your mother is waiting for you to come back around, or caring family members, or a wise mother type of figure. You need to go towards that light, because look at this. I mean, this is just dark. It's just darkness. Go towards the light. Like, that's dark. The Dark Prince card too. So that's basically what those cards are saying. I'm gonna freaking pull some tarot now, bro. I'm going to pull some tarot and see what the hell is going on, man. Because pretty much those cards just gave, us a pretty clear picture as to what's going on. But I'd like to see what the tarot has to say. What does my beautiful deck have to say to us? Where are we going? Where are we headed? Who is this toxic energy? What are they about? Where are we going? What are we going to do? What does the future hold? We don't know. That's why we're going to ask the tarot right now. Okay. Alright. So, what we all have to realize, though, is because of this toxic relationship, we have a gift to look at ourselves and confront ourselves and break spiritual bonds. Okay, so what question should we ask first? Let's ask what our overall energy is. What is our overall energy right now, Spirit? 3 cards. Boom. Okay. So the first card is the 8 of Coins reversed, 8 of Pentacles reversed. Second card is 10 of Wands reversed. And the Hierophant card. So a higher power is working very hard in our lives right now. The burden is almost over. 10 of Wands is like pretty much you're broke down, dead tired, giving up, end of the road. You've had enough. Done. Back's broken. Kaput. But reversed, I see it as the burden is lifted. So the 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles reversed, so I'm going to save for a second. And we're going to see what is, I'm going to get another deck though, real quick. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what this other person's energy is. I'm just going to take a peek quick. Sorry, I'm nosy. Sorry if you can hear my children out in the living room. They're being super loud right now. Actually, I don't even feel like this is the right deck. We're going to have to use the Though Tarot. This is my magic deck, guys. Meet Though Tarot. I'm going to take that card. Okay, so Tarot, tell us what this other person's energy is. What are they doing? Why are they messing with us? Why will they not let us go? Okay, Spirit, please give us the overall energy of this other person. What is their energy right now? What is the toxic person's energy right now? Oh, funny. They're ruining all of our hard work. That's what they're doing. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Okay. The first card is the Ten of Swords. Ruin, it says. You see that? It says ruin on the card. I don't know why you can't. Oh, right there. Ruin. Ten of Swords. Okay. They're at the end of their rope too, it looks like. But what's funny is that they're mirroring you like, so we got 10-10, we got an 8-8. And then we got this, the Eight of Pentacles. And what's funny is that you have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like they're going against everything that you've worked super hard for. Like, just straight up trying to destroy you. They get the spotlight while you get basically the back seat. And then Four of Swords reversed, which is truce. The upright is truce, and I feel like they are definitely not giving up a truce. They are fighting to the bitter end with this and taking all of our energy, and they are reaping the benefits because they get the Six of Pentacles, success. So they are successfully reaping what we've sown. They are successfully bringing us to our primitive side. But, you know, all of this is going to lead them to complete ruin, though, because there is such thing as karma, and it never loses an address. This card, you know, this is an additional card to this deck, and it's basically like a wild card, but it can also be seen. I used to use it as my twin flame card. Like, if this came out, that was like a twin flame, but I feel like it's a wild card, and let's just elaborate on this card. It's one of those like figures where you just use one stroke of a pencil or a pen and you never lift up your pen, and it's some sort of pagan type of symbol, hexagonal something, hexagram maybe, I don't know, but it has a shamrock in the middle. Or wait, it's not a shamrock, because there's 5 of them. Oh, God. Okay, let's elaborate on this stuff, because we're a little confused. Interesting. Why are they getting, like, all pentacles, dude? They're, like, getting lots of pentacles. Maybe this relationship has a lot to do with, money, financial issues, perhaps. Okay, so just to elaborate on their energy, it is the Seven of Pentacles, which is failure. Because what they're ultimately going to do is fail at what they're trying to do, which is bring you down. Everything that they've been working towards is going to come to a complete halt with the Eight of Wands reversed. And then it's the Five of Pentacles, which is, it says on here worry, but really the Five of Pentacles to me signifies being left out in the cold. So perhaps you've been thinking about abandoning this relationship, and it's time to do so. The cards say so. So you should get out of that relationship immediately before somebody gets hurt, basically. That's what I took it as from the Wisdom Well cards. I took that as somebody's going to get hurt if you don't get out. So, and they're acting completely foolishly. And that's ultimately going to just lead them to no love, you know, unfulfilled, unrequited love, because you're going to be the person that's going to walk away and get out of this darkness. Interesting that card came. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of like, this card is just basically saying, get the fuck out now while you can. Because they're ultimately trying to bring you down. Even though the cards also say that they're going to fail at their plan, but who's to say that the next time they won't fail? Now is the time to leave. Oh, and then I forgot this card for some reason. This is the number 28 out of the Wisdom Well. And we're going to just read that quickly because I feel like that is the answer. The Miser, archaeologist, perfect preservation, museum of memories, scars, bottling things up, becoming a fossil, stagnant mind, excluding growth. The hanger-on, retaining, souvenirs, saving. The Miser is the aspect of the character that takes and keeps but does not adapt. It is the collector, the hoarder, and the withholder. The appearance of this card tells of a stagnation in your life. It warns of a failure to recognize that all things change and you must now change with them. People and situations in your life or aspects of yourself have altered. Ways of being and ideas that were suited to the past are now causing problems because they do not work in your current situation. The card is about something retained that you should now let go of. Like we just said. Something that you should give away instead of clutching. You may be caught up in the past and afraid to move forward, held captive by self-imposed limitations. Perhaps you are clinging to old grudges that corrode your existence though they have no relevance to your presence. To draw this card means that you may become mean, grasping, and isolated, contributing nothing and sharing nothing. You may have neither a good word nor any goodwill for others. This card is telling you that a balanced person mixes the best of the new with the best of the old. Let this person go. Free them from the bondage of this relationship is what I'm getting. Okay. Those obviously don't want to come out. Okay. So it's time for us to come out of our shell. Time for us to get out of the grief, get out of the old childhood wounds. Because what we're doing right now in these types of energies, oh God, in basically in prolonging this toxic relationship, we're also building up our own karma. And if we're acting toxic as well to another person, we're not bringing good karma to our life at this point in time. You need to balance out your masculine and feminine energies. Really read up on how to do so. I suggest getting into therapy and also facing your shadow side. Also, we need to come out of our shell. And I'll just take all these cards. Okay, so we need to get out of that toxic energy because it's building up negative karma in our life right now. And just be forewarned that also other people, are attaining their own karma through this experience as well. And then to come out of hiding, it's time for us to come out of our hermit mode. We've been in this mode long enough, isolating, withdrawing, reflecting on old childhood past memories. The good and the bad, take the good and the bad from the relationship and move on. Also, in regards to your personal life and inner childhood wounds, it's time to let the past go and to move forward. Get out of this Three of Swords energy. That's what you're doing. You're on the edge of it right now, because upright, you're in grief, in the deepest type of betrayal, whereas in reverse, you're getting out of that energy right now, which is an optimistic sign. Also, the Queen of Cups energy came up along with that Mother Maiden or that Mother Moon Goddess energy. So there's somebody in your life that is extremely supportive. Cling to that person, go to that person for guidance, and ask them to help you through this spiritual transformation. There's some wise person, psychic person in your life that can help you go to the light at the end of the tunnel, basically. The Two of Wands is about a journey, and I see it as like journey into the unknown. It's time for you to take that leap of faith. And right now, your money is probably super fucked up, and you're not, and I feel like it's this toxic energy that is actually taking away from your abundance, and it's causing a severe tower moment. All your foundations are currently crumbling, but it's for your highest good, and it's you that is actually keeping this toxic energy going. You need to move forward and out of this. Deal with the grief, sorrow, pain, depression of losing this relationship, letting go of this toxic energy. It's going to take time, and it's going to take support, so you're going to have to seek that type of support out. Give us a couple chakra wisdom cards to end this reading with. What emotions do we need to be working on within ourselves to get us out of this dark night of the soul energy? What emotions do we need to confront? Thank you, Spirit. One more, please. One more, please. Oh, just a whole stack of them. One more. Okay. That was just... Okay, so... Abundance, faith, gratitude. Oh, that's some shit, dude. Wow. Okay, these cards all came out at one other point in time, too. So, right now, working through issues of self-worth. Also being grateful for what we do have in our life at this point in time and cultivating the relationships. Having complete faith in God to guide us through this and to get us through to the other side. Have our abundance come in by letting go of this toxic relationship. and making way for it, knowing that there is a miracle coming, or it has already happened or is about to happen. You will, if you ever thought that you would never make it out of this darkness or deep depression, you're wrong, because miracles do happen. And you also need to practice forgiveness of others, of what's been done to you, and also what you have done to other people. And you need to deal with the grief, because that's the underlying emotion that is causing you to stay stuck, is grief. You have to walk through it, let it flow, and do not disconnect from that emotion. Like the Pisces energy, you have to flow through it, and also ultimately just allow the pain to subside eventually. But numbing it out with drugs and alcohol, numbing it out with sex, multiple partners, a toxic relationship is not working. It is blocking your abundance, and it is also causing this tower moment that could just, be a lesson. Instead, it's turning into a cycle, like a toxic cycle that just keeps repeating. And the universe is going to keep giving you tower moments if you're not learning the lesson. So if you're not going to learn the lesson of forgiveness, gratitude, faith, and work through your grief, you're not going to have the abundance. If you don't look at your self-worth, you're not going to have the abundance. Because what is it actually holding you into this relationship? Is it the fear of being alone? Like miracles do happen. You will find a new love, just not now. And probably not in the near future, because you'll be doing a lot of work on yourself. So, to end this reading, we're going to get one card from the Spiritualist Fuck cards, inspiration cards, and it really is spiritual as fuck. 99 inspirational cards for people who fucking need some inspiration. So we're gonna get one card. And one fell out. It says, be unfuckwithable. So if you find yourself fucked with, take a moment to reflect on what part of you is out of whack and susceptible to being fuckwithable. Then check that shit with some self-love. When you're filled to the brim with love, nothing anyone says or does bothers you, and no negativity can touch you. You know what that makes you? A badass, a big old spiritual badass. Which is right. So, basically quit dimming your light for people's shitty ass mindsets. Stop staying in this toxic energy. It was a pleasure to do your reading with you, and I hope that you can take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't. All right, so make sure to click like or subscribe on my YouTube channel as well to show your support, or like Immaculate Flame Tarot on Facebook. All right, thanks guys. See you later.